Breaking news from college football, Deion Sanders is expected to become the new head coach at Colorado later tonight. CBS Sports' Dennis Dodd confirms reports that Sanders will move on from Jackson State after today's SWAC championship game against Southern, which is ongoing. Sanders will replace Carl Durrell, who was fired in October after an 0-5 start and an 8-15 overall record. Sanders led Jackson State to its first ever undefeated regular season and has posted a 26-5 record in 3 years with the Tigers. And we welcome in our Chip Patterson, who's the host of the Cover 3 podcast. And Chip, I think the question that everyone has on their mind is why Colorado for Deion Sanders?
I think that Deion Sanders sees in Colorado a ton of potential. I think he sees the potential to arrive at a place that is going to be so excited to get the spark that Deion Sanders brings, both in terms of the intangibles of, being able to instill a real confidence to this entire program, but then also the coaching acumen that we have seen from him and being able to be so wildly successful at Jackson State. Colorado is a Power 5 job in the Pac-12. They're going to be offering a salary that is, very much in line with some of the other Power 5 jobs along the same level. And I think that when you look at the future of the Pac-12, one that will not have USC and UCLA, now the future of the Pac-12 is looking very interesting because Colorado is going to become, under Deion Sanders, a recruiting powerhouse unlike anything that it has been in recent years. And the recruiting side of this is what's really interesting to me because I think that we saw from Lincoln Riley at USC, from Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss, and from Brian Kelly at LSU that you are able to truly flip a roster in the transfer portal era and have real success. We're about to see Deion Sanders change this Colorado team top to bottom. The recruiting out of high school will improve, but the recruiting from the transfer portal will be huge as well. The Buffs, it might not take them long to very quickly move up in the pecking order in the Pac-12 with Deion Sanders at the helm.
Look, and it's something that remains true in the NFL and also in the college game. If you have a stud quarterback, you are ahead of the curve. Deion Sanders has a stud quarterback who happens to be his son at Jackson State right now. Is it fair to assume that Shadeur is going to be making the trip to Boulder with his dad?
Colorado fans are hoping that Shadeur Sanders is going to be coming because the jump that he has taken from 2021 to 2022, from being a coach's son at quarterback to being a legitimate pro prospect at quarterback, has been incredibly significant. And I think that a lot was probably put on his plate early. I think he's probably handled a lot of pressure. And now with another year of maturity, he's become a difference maker that is so impressive in terms of the way he's able to move the ball down the field, being more accurate with the ball. It has been a strong improvement for Shadeur Sanders. And I think that there's some other players on that Jackson State team, high-profile style recruits that Colorado fans are hoping also might come with Deion Sanders. But number one is going to be the coach himself, Coach Prime, and what he is going to be able to attract to Colorado, which, whether it's from the high school ranks or whether it's from the transfer portal, will be a level of talent that Colorado has not seen in Boulder for quite some time.
And you said he can turn this roster around pretty quickly. In the Pac-12, in a couple of years, you're going to see a couple of big teams move on from that conference. How soon before Colorado do you think challenges for one of the top teams in the Pac-12?
What is it? You got to lose big, lose small, win big. I think that he can fast forward through some of those steps, but the strength of the Oregon program under Dan Lanning, the strength of the Washington program under Kalen DeBoer, that is going to be a very tough top tier to crack into, even after USC and UCLA leave. But I'll tell you what, you can just look around at some of those other teams on the opposite end of the standings right now, and it will not take long for Colorado to jump ahead of Cal. It won't take long for Colorado to jump ahead of Stanford. It will not take long for Colorado to very quickly join that middle pack of the conference. And I believe that Colorado in year one under Deion Sanders, after the roster transformation is underway, I believe that Colorado will be a bowl team in his first season leading the Buffs. And that's the first step towards being able to challenge to the very top of the conference.
Well, there is some seismic news today in college football as Deion Sanders is expected to take the Colorado job after the SWAC championship game tonight. Chip Patterson, thank you so very much. And for more from Chip, make sure you check out the Cover 3 podcast for game picks, breaking news, and everything else in the college football world. The Cover 3 crew has you covered. Cover 3 podcast, download and subscribe today.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.